Well, we're here with Lauren Albertson. It's not senior night quite yet. It's still 2 weeks away, but the Dogs are back home again. I have a big weekend coming up here with San Diego State and also UNLV on tap. So I also want to get a little head start in that whole senior process. So right now the team is ranked second alone in the Mountain West this week for the first time this year. Alone, that is. 15-9 overall, and also 9-3 overall with 12 matches under the belt and 4 more weekends to go. So let's go back kind of the start though, kind of how volleyball started for you, since this is like a senior look back interview.
Volleyball, I started as soon as I could play sports in elementary school. 5th grade came and you were kind of like let loose and you could play any sports you wanted, so I did everything I could. Volleyball, basketball, softball, track, and I stuck with volleyball and basketball through high school, and actually wasn't going to pursue volleyball anymore. I was going to start playing basketball, and I'm very prone to injury, and so I decided to stick with volleyball, which is not as much of a contact sport, and I'm glad I did.
Well, the team also did win a Valley title there in high school there. Talk about some of those memories there from high school.
My senior year was probably the best year I could have ever asked for in high school. I had a great coaching staff there, and they put everything that they had into what we had that year, and we had a lot of our teammates that just really worked hard over the summer and took it really seriously, and did everything they could to get better as individuals, so when we came back we were the best, and we did pretty well.
So you had a chance to go to Fresno Pacific before you became a Bulldog. Kind of explain that process.
Going to Fresno Pacific was very, very cool. We went 39-0. I have a national championship under my belt as a freshman, and it was such a cool experience. The girls were amazing. I had some awesome coaches. One of my favorite coaches to this day is Tom Reed from Fresno Pacific, and he's moved on now, but I am so grateful for that opportunity to be there and have that year there, and just wasn't the right fit for me school-wise, and so I'm glad I made the change to Fresno State, but I'm definitely grateful for my time there at Fresno Pacific.
When you chose to become a Bulldog, what were you looking for in school?
I wanted a coach that was going to challenge me and tell me that I had more potential and that she was going to push me to get everything out of it, and that's exactly what Lauren and the coaching staff that was here at the time did. And each and every day, even up until now as a senior, I am still challenged to get better every single day, and I think that has made me a better volleyball player, but I think most importantly it's made me a better person, and I know that I have a lot more in me than I thought I did.
Now, the team's improved every year that you've been here. They went 13 wins that first year, then up to like 15, 17 last year, and also this year they're already at 15 with 8 to play here. How have you changed as a player each year?
I think I've changed is just being the teammate that my team needs me to be, and not trying to be a player that's in it for myself. I had to sit out a lot this year, and I've been prone to a lot of injury in my career as a volleyball player, so just realizing that I can be exactly who my team needs me to be on or off the court, and so really kind of stepping into a role player, and just when my team needs me, I'm going to be there, and just being the best teammate I can be, I guess. That's what it's all about.
You mentioned Coach Lauren and kind of like what the draw was for her. You guys have a unique relationship off the court there. Talk about you two, how you interact together.
Yeah, Coach Lauren is probably one of my favorite people ever. I really look up to her, and I cannot wait to start my coaching career and ask her for guidance and have her be my mentor, because I think she's a great coach. And off the court, though, we are just so funny. We're always going at it after each other, and we always have a joke for each other. And our thing is we love to just joke around all the time. It's never ending, and there's nothing serious when we're off the court. It's all fun, and I really do consider her to be a person that I really look up to in my life. So very grateful for her.
You might look up to her, but also I think you want to try to best her on the wrestling mat at some point.
Oh yeah, that too, off the court, yeah. Coach Lauren is pretty strong, and you can't see it because my sweatshirt's covering it up, but I don't have too much muscle under here, so Coach Lauren has definitely kicked my butt. She pinned me, but I almost got her this year in practice, and she pretended to give up, and then I let go, and she pinned me again. So let's see if we can have a little rematch again before the season's over.
The team's chemistry off the court is just so fun to watch there. Are there any other great moments you look back at fondly?
I think each year there's something great, and I think this year it's so special to be able to say that I don't have necessarily a favorite moment, because I think that each trip and each time that we're together there's so much special stuff, and that sounds so cliche, but it's so true, and I'm so glad to be able to say that about this team. Match-wise, I think one of our favorite matches, even though we lost, was our match against Hawaii 2 years ago when we were in the WAC tournament, and we will all talk about it and say how good we felt about the game and how good we were playing, and we went back and watched film, and we were playing not our best volleyball. We were just serving and passing them off the court. So really taking to heart that we almost took down a very, very good team, and to go out on a good note like that for a season is definitely the highlight of my career.
One of the hallmarks of this team is basically hard work in the classroom too, and you're one of the finest students there. Talk about some of the favorite classes you've had here at Fresno State.
I was a journalism student here at Fresno State, and I absolutely love writing, and probably my favorite one would be editing, which is kind of weird, and I forget the title of the class, but NCJ 176, both with Dr. Rice, and I absolutely love history, and I love being able to tell other people's stories, and so I had the opportunity to meet and interview quite a few war veterans and tell their stories for them on their behalf, and such a cool part to be able to play a role in history, kind of set in motion the fact that they get to have their story on record forever. So really cool to be a part of that.
I know it's a little bit early to start talking about career paths and jobs and et cetera, but do you have any idea kind of what you want to shoot for down the road?
Well, I'm in graduate school right now. My emphasis is sports administration. So my plan is to hopefully become an athletic director at a high school, but we'll see how that goes, because I am so passionate about coaching, and the opportunities that I've had here as a player and the coaching that I've received here has really made me want to be a coach, so we'll see how that goes.
I mean, you still have a month to go here as far as action. It's a little unfair to ask you, but if you were to thank people, who would you thank here as far as family and friends and coaches and teammates?
Oh, I want to thank my mom. She has been absolutely huge in supporting me from transferring from Fresno Pacific to Fresno State, and has been at every single game and even travels. So Mom, thank you. And to my grandpa, who comes to all my games and is my biggest fan, so thank you. And to all my family and friends.
That's awesome. Well, I know there's lots of things you're going to miss here. Is there anything that stands out in your mind, things you're going to miss, this place or this person or this part of the locker room? Or
the Save Art Center, it's a great place to play in. So amazing to play here. So I'll definitely miss this. Getting to play every day, sometimes getting through the grind is hard, going to class, coming to practice day after day, but when it's coming down to the wire, you realize this is what I've wanted to do every single day for 4 years, and now it's almost done. So really cherishing these last few weeks.
You still have several weeks to go, so you don't have to get too wispy-eyed
I
yet.
know.
So, but this week we have UNLV on tap on Thursday at 7 o'clock, San Diego State's at noon, not 1 o'clock as originally scheduled, noon now on Saturday. Two of the top teams in the conference again this year, and Thursday night it's a Greek night, so if you're a Greek person, come early, get a free t-shirt for the first 150. Also, the most represented house gets a free Visa bank card, and then on Saturday there's also special promotions involved with that, so check the website. So go Dogs.
Come on out.